Alright, so I know I was warned to be careful what I say because it's a touchy subject and scare people off, and they automatically try to condemn you if they don't understand something correctly. And I push people to understand. Okay? Jesus pushed people to understand. God pushes people to understand. Alright? But, you know, they have stronger credentials than I do. Reasonably so. But I had something up there that talked about Metatron's cube. I was really just deciphering it. And then I talked about how the fire is amongst all men at this point. This is the increase of spiritual awareness. And then on top of that, it was about the prophecy that was said about bruising in the head, in the heel, and crushing that he will crush the serpent in the head or whatever. So the bruising of the heel is slowing him down, slowing Christ down. That's basically what happens. Well, all of the attacks and whatnot, what that does, spiritual warfare, whatever you want to call it, slows them down. But it can't stop it. But it slows it down, which it already has. Alright, and it's sped up. So now things are speeding up, or sped up. And the bruising in the head, this is where it's special. The bruising in the head is not killing someone. It's the logic of love being so apparent that it's illogical to go against it. And when that is apparent, after these 7 years, 7 kingdoms, all right, that was with the Nebuchadnezzar and with you know, the 7 heads on the dragon with the 10 diadems. That's basically what that is. It's 7 kingdoms. Okay, so what that is, since we're on the last one and it's still not working, that means that they had the perfect amount, the perfect 7, perfect. All right, so anybody who says that numbers don't have meaning and it doesn't, and reading numbers didn't mean anything, that's garbage. And crystals, let me tell you, it says it right there in Revelation about crystals, that the throne of God was likened to crystals. All right, sardius stone, which is this, cornelian. All right, jasper, emerald. Those are stones that are part of God's throne. Okay, so if you don't understand that, you know, and everything is energy. So he's speaking about the vibration of those, the vibrational benefits of crystals. Okay, during self-mastery, it made me smarter, made me see things, made me more disciplined. And I use that in not so much in telekinesis, even though I could have been way stronger. But I used a lot of it in deciphering the Bible, which I do, and I did both, you know. And one proves the other. It's about faith, all right, and building that up. So, and speaking of telekinesis, just in proof. Go outside anytime. Go outside and look at the water. If it starts to shimmer quickly, it's probably because you're looking at it. Trust, when you first walk up and look at water, it's not shimmering like that. It may be a little still, it may be a little rock going on, but then when you look at it, it starts vibrating a lot. It's because you're contributing energy. It is what it is. And I understand that it's hard for people to see that or to know that, but it is. Check it out. But bump, it's the truth. It's actual, you know, it's actual science. All right, it's scientific proof of Jesus and faith, and the fact that we are connected to our surroundings. All right. Earlier today, I walked into a truck stop. Guy was angry. You could feel it permeate throughout the entire, or in that whole vicinity where he was. When I walked away from him, it felt better. but when I was close to him, it was bringing down the entire store. Now, when I went back outside, the energy went right back up. But because he was in such a bad mood, everybody started getting in a bad mood for just being there. It brought their vibration down. And it wasn't because he was talking. It was because he actually spread that to the next person because of the energy vibration. That's why it's so important for people to go through cleansing. That's the fire. Cleansing. That's it. Alright? Stopping negative thinking. Alright? False accusations. Judgmentalness. Haughtiness. All these things. That's the negativity. Alright? That's what negative is. It's not judging whether, you know, oh, well, if I jump over this cliff and, you know, I need to know the outcomes. If I fall, it's going to be this. If I do that. No, that's not the kind of negativity I'm talking about. That's I'm not talking about hopeless optimism. Okay? I'm speaking about actual spiritual things in the sense of vibration, which is doubt. All right? Which is, like I said, hardiness, selfishness, the works of the flesh, all right, contentious. Those is what it is. I've said it a million times. That's what it is. And as far as Metatron's cube, it speaks on that as part of the fire, okay, because we know Armageddon had fire, and then the water was the fact that when we're in the 1,000 years of Jesus's reign, after that moment, that shining moment of Armageddon, okay, we will see, we will have waters run through us. And it is not physical waters, but we will have a spring of water that is coming down from heaven where we could continuously be cleansed. All right? That means that it's not going to be hard anymore for us to keep cleansing ourselves. We're not cleansing ourselves under pressure. It becomes easy. It's just, you know, we just, like he'll do the work for us. As long as we have the wisdom and we're connected, it's just, it flows. Now, I haven't experienced that because we're not there yet. But that's what Metatron's cube was talking about. All right? Big deal. That's what it was. And it's like, oh, you had to be a genius. No, you had to have, you know, self-mastery unlock some areas in your brain. That's really the truth. That is the truth. Facts. Okay? It is what it is. You know, there's nothing else I can tell you. I mean, it's a good thing. All right? But it made all this stuff possible. All right? And regardless, with or without me, all right, I'm not that special. God would have been done this. All right? But because I'm actually putting the puzzle pieces together and trying to set things straight through the metaphysical realm, it actually deems me the name of Elijah. Okay? That's why when Jesus said, you know, Elijah has came and Elijah will come, okay, that he will come and that he has already came, but he will come again and what? Set things straight. There was another scripture that talked about how Elijah is really anyone would have the spirit of Elijah. All right, that's anyone who is putting the puzzle pieces together and preaching the word, doing what John did, basically. All right. There is a John class. There is, you know, the Elijah and all that. There, you know, is there. All right. Look at things as terms of, you know, in terms of energy, and understand things in terms of group. That was a grouping, all right? That's why they call it John class, okay? It's because, what is it? They're preparing the way for Jesus, all right? That's what they're supposed to be doing, all right? That's who these people are, all right? A lot of people claim to be chosen, but the originals, those are actually them. All right. And, you know, there's some legitimacy behind all of this. It's not some, it is, okay? But, you know, there's a level of hardiness, too, when it comes to that. Because it's not just the first batch. Even they themselves, who are anointed, will say that, yes, there are some people who came after. And these people were in their 50s, all right? And from what I understand, there's supposed to be only 3 of them. 3 batches of these people, right? And that's, you know, my understanding. That's what it would be. You know what I'm saying? That there would be some people that come in 1914, and then some people dwindle off, and then they were replaced by some other people, and then they do, and then maybe 1 or 2 of them, and then maybe it's just couple of little guys that is coming up at the last end, at the tail end. All right, it is what it is. All right, and being called is different than being chosen. That's basically what that is, because you have a calling, and you have to basically foot that calling and integrify the calling so long until it gives birth to you being anointed. All right, and you know, but there is for the first batch there was a leeway of the 1914 batch of them, and it actually was going on even before them. All right, so there was anointed ones before them, like in 1700s. It was, you know, anointed people. So just know that this work been going on for a long time. All right. So if it's been going on before them, they shouldn't dare put in their mouth that it can't happen after them, especially if they already know the fact that it did. All right. So I mean, it's stuff like that, you know. But that to each his own. And you know, people be like, oh, this person, that person, you know, they're getting hyped up on the fact that somebody's supposed to be in heaven as a king or a judge. And they're getting hyped up on it. Jesus came on a donkey. All right? Chill out. For real. Chill out. Where the greatest one is the one that serves. So that's what we're doing. It's work. Facts. Work. All right? It's enjoyable work, but it's work. All right, but y'all hold it down. Love y'all. Unconditional love, always.